Well, the Pacers remain on a roll, don't they? That didn't change last night at Brooklyn, closing out 4 wins in 5 nights. Pacers trailed to the half. Another strong third-quarter performance. Paul George led the scoring with 24. He's been over 20 in all 7 games this season. First Pacer in 28 years to start a season like that.
We executed. You know, that's maturity for this team. Years ago, we would have lost that game. We would have lost this game tonight. You know, just on not making shots or not executing, getting guys in spots to, you know, be aggressive at. You know, but we're aggressive. I mean, we're growing as a team. We're getting mature, and we're finding ways to win games.
And here to discuss all things Pacers, the host of Pacers Overtime on 1070 The Fan, 107.5 as well?
107.5 FM and 1070.
There you go.
Such a big show, you need two stations.
Well, yes. Eddie White joins us to talk about the Indiana Pacers. Okay, Lance Stephenson told us last week he wanted to go 10-0 to start the season. Okay. They're pretty close to that at this point. Now, I mean, now you're, okay, 10-0, it's going to happen, I think.
Well, I think now for, like, those of us...
It could happen anyway.
It could happen. Now, those of us on the PR side, you know, we're looking up what are the records? You know, what's this? What's that? You know, is 15-0 is the NBA record? Well, if you win this one, that's what we do. I think, fortunately... Forget Lance, you know, Coach Vogel and the team.
Oh, no, we're not going to forget Lance.
No, we're not going to forget him. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's one game at a time. Let's get the W tomorrow, and then that would be 8. 8 is great. 7 is heaven. 8 is great. 9's fine. I haven't come up with one yet for 10.
I don't want to say, what's 10?
I don't know.
Outside of Bo Derek.
Bo Derek.
There you go. I interviewed Jalen Rose last year, as a lot of people did, and he and I kind of laughed about the idea that perhaps one day Paul George would surpass Reggie Miller in his stardom with the Indiana Pacers. Oh, yeah, okay, like that's going to happen. Okay, now I'm thinking this actually might happen, you know?
Mark Boyle, the great Mark Boyle, said when...
Radio play-by-play man.
Yes.
And ace and guru.
And he's award-winning, as you are, too. 2 award-winning gentlemen. Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, sure.
He said that when Paul first got here. He said this guy may end up having a better career than Reggie Miller. Who would have thunk it? Because there's some people who think this guy, number 12, Andrew Luck, may have a better career than number 18. I mean, I guess to here today, gone tomorrow, next man up, well, here we are.
One of the many reasons you think that about PG is his defensive prowess. I mean, the guy plays outstanding defense. He's hit the shot just like he did last year. He seems more patient this time around than maybe he was in years previous.
I think the whole team is patience, is what you said. I also think maturity. I mean, you're better today than you were 5 years ago. I'm semi-better. And I think this team is better.
We're like wine, Eddie. We're aging well.
Are you Merlot or Cabernet?
More Cab, but anyway.
Okay, I'm a Merlot. I think that he has matured, as has the team. And I mean, there's so many parts of this puzzle that make it special. Whether it's David West's leadership, Lance just being Lance. I call him the Reggie Jackson of basketball. He just delivers when you need it. And Paul George is just making the big plays, whether it's defensive stop or that big basket. And I love when he pulls on the shirt because he's proud to be from Indiana. He's proud to be a Pacer.
Here's the thing, and I'm sure you've talked about it on your postgame radio show. What happens when Danny Granger comes back? It looks like if he's on schedule, DG should be back next week. So you throw that into the mix. I mean, I'm not even sure, I hate to say this, I'm not even sure the team needs Danny Granger at this point.
You and I play golf. It's like a scramble. And you all hit your approach shots on the green, and you're all on the green. It's about options. We got 4 options up there.
The best ball
Let's pick the best one. We don't want 3 guys in a bunker and only 1 ball on the green. That's only one option. Danny Granger greens, I'm thinking of greens. Danny Granger gives you more options. And as we've seen, Larry Bird is really good with options.
There's no doubt about that. Take a look at the schedule, by the way. This week, after playing, what, 5 games in 7 nights, it's a lame 3-game and 6-night schedule. How boring is... I'm kidding, of course, but that Bulls game on Saturday night up at the United Center, that could be for 10-0 up there.
It could be, but we first have to get the one on Monday. And what I like is Monday, tomorrow, the mayor's declared it Pacers, veterans, blue and gold, everybody's wearing Pacer stuff. And we have this deal tomorrow. You know, tomorrow's 11/11.
That's true.
And 11/11, tomorrow at 11 a.m., 11/11, Pacers.com/11, you can get Pacers tickets for $11. You see the theme there?
Really? Yes.
$11 tickets for all the home games in the month of November, selected seats. So, if you buy the ticket tomorrow, it's for 11 hours, by the way. For every ticket sold, we're going to give one to the Veterans Group.
That's outstanding and very cool. But here it segues into this. You look at the 7-0 start. How does it play into the marketing of the Pacers? Because here's why I asked. Last week when ESPN had the game, had the Bulls game, the promos were great, but it was all about Derrick Rose and the Bulls. There was barely a mention of the Indiana Pacers. So is that changing? I mean, are people around the country now kind of catching on to this? We got about 30 seconds here.
Stephen A. Smith knows who we are.
Well, there you go.
All I have to say.
Ladies and gentlemen.
He was on ESPN the other day talking like we're the greatest basketball team in the history of the sport.
Yeah.
Listen, you win and it will come. Remember that movie, Build It and They Will Come?
If you win.
Win and the people will come. It's about winning one game at a time and bringing a championship to the great fans of Indiana.
Eddie loves the Pacers. He also loves the TV show Scandal right here on RTV6 at ABC.
It's my favorite show. What's my favorite show? Olivia
Pope.
Shirt
or something. How about that? Olivia Pope.
So, Olivia Pope and I, we're both PR kindred spirits.
Pacers and Grizz tomorrow, 7 o'clock.
Scandal.
Eddie White, ladies and gentlemen. Catch the radio show.
Congratulations again. Award-winning. Right here, baby.
That's right.
My
We're
guy.
getting to the tees. Let's go to the tees. An event that was long overdue. Larry Bird at the statue in Terre Haute. Bill Walton was there as well. Together again. One time only. Next. What a weekend yesterday, and Friday for that matter, in Terre Haute, culminating yesterday with the official unveiling of the 17-foot-tall Larry Bird statue outside the Home Center. All of Larry's pals were there, including teammates over the years. And as you might expect, Larry handled it in his usual low-key style. Back here on Sunday Sports Extra, Brad Brown was there in Terre Haute yesterday. I've always wanted to hang out with Larry in Boston just for a night and have like a camera crew. And I think it'd be the coolest. It'll never happen, I realize. I think that would be cool. Go back to Terre Haute.
Yeah.
Would be second best.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to do it. What was it like hanging out with Larry?
It was interesting to see Larry kind of, it's a homecoming. It is. And it's kind of like seeing the hero come back home. It was a very relaxed, very comfortable Larry. He's very comfortable in his own skin.
He's very low-key about the whole thing.
In that setting.
And almost embarrassed by the whole
thing. It really is.
It
really is. Larry is not big on this, on kind of this self-promotion. He made an admission to that during his speech. But a lot of kind words were said about Larry from some of his colleagues, former teammates as well. And we'll share a couple of minutes with that here on Sports Extra.
Congratulations, Larry. The thing that I think is most impressive just as watching this man grow up is he's, as a player, a coach, and an executive, he's been at the top. He doesn't know any other way but to do it right, and he has done it right, and we all should be very proud of those contributions by Larry Bird.
I've pounded those streets out there 65 or 70 years ago. Who would have ever thought then, 30 years later, that we could go down in the hills of southern Indiana and bring a guy in here that shocked the basketball world with his teammates.
You know, growing up in a small town in southern Indiana, people always say, did you know that when it all comes to the end that you're going to be successful in the game of basketball? Just 2 years ago, my brother Mark, we were sitting together, and he asked me, he said, do you ever dream that you ever make it this far? I said, you grew up with me. Hell no. I mean, come on. But the journey that it took me all the way from high school, through college, through the pro era, and to today is unbelievable, believe me. But I want to thank you so much for this day. And I'm like Bobby. This statue means so much to me, but I hope the future generations of young kids drive by here. Maybe they'll inspire one or two of them. Hopefully they'll inspire a lot more. But if we can just help one kid or two kids to reach their dreams like I did, I'll be very happy. Thank you.
How cool is that?
A couple of things that stand out that we didn't get a chance to show there was Slick Leonard talking about being a kid dribbling across the ISU campus, popping his head in to see Coach Wooden working with his teams. This is before he was a student at Terre Haute Gerstmeyer High School, so it's fascinating and would be a whole other story that we could listen to on and on. Larry also admitting that he was nervous for ISU because they had a game coming up against Ball State. He sat courtside for the Sycamores and the Cardinals. Said he was nervous as hell for those kids because he had to just sit and watch because he couldn't get in there and get at it.
And Larry's statue is 17 feet, which is There's a reason behind this, right?
The guys, the students that originally started the plan, they were at Michigan State 4 years ago, and they saw the Magic Johnson statue at Breslin and said, why don't we have a statue on campus of Larry? The main goal was that the Larry statue be taller than Magic at the end.
It may not have worked out in '79, but we got him now.
Got
anyway,
it.
A lot of fun. Thanks a lot, Brad Brown. And NASCAR.